Hey there, Eric Roman here with Joyful People, and I love it when our Joyful members send in follow-up questions as they're going through the material and trying to create applications inside their lives and their businesses. Two great questions today. What if you don't have those great people or can't find them? And question number two, how do you handle the other types of employees that are in your system? So back to question one. The question was, what if you don't have those types of people, the great people, that awesome A talent, or can't get them? Let's ask it a different way, as if we were a different industry. Imagine that I am a high-end Michelin 3-star chef, but I have a problem. I can't find the good ingredients that I need to be able to make these incredible dishes that I'm trained to prepare, right? Same situation, right? Well, what do you do if you're that chef? Number one, you may have to find a new place to shop. You are clearly not shopping in the right place. Number two, maybe you're shopping in the right place, but for some reason, that place is selling all the good ingredients to the other chefs and not you, which means you need to figure out why. Option number three, maybe you don't have an option to buy good ingredients, and so you can't operate as the same model of Michelin chef that you currently have been. That means change your model. You can't be Ruth's Chris anymore. You may have to be McDonald's based on the ingredients that are available. It's just a possibility that's out there. Or option four, what if you grew your own food? What if you grew your own ingredients? Have you ever been to a farm-to-table restaurant? Guess why they do it? They have control. They don't have to go out searching. They know exactly what they have and what they can put into their incredible food. So let's talk about it back to the initial situation. People exist that are exceptional. That's a fact. There is great talent that's out there. They just aren't working for you and you just can't find them. And I mean this as no offense, but the solution, it's your fault. You have to figure out a solution from those four options that's going to work for you and for your business. So what that means is to solve this, it may mean you're just going to have to get better at certain stuff. You're going to have to change something. What you're doing isn't working. What could change? Number one, maybe it simply is your compensation. I hate to say it, but compensation around the country is going up at a precipitous rate. Guess why? Well, we have minimum wage increases. That means the bottom's moving up. That means the middle has to move higher. Like, it's just the way the system works. You know what else it might mean? Instead of compensation, maybe you have to make an investment. I said investment, time, money, and effort in your culture, in your vision, or in the health of your work environment. Or last but not least, maybe you simply need a better, more effective, more efficient hiring system. So, you know what else? I'll be really honest with you. I come from the dental industry, and some industries like dentistry right now are getting hosed. People are leaving the dental industry. Great talent is leaving the dental industry in droves. That makes it harder. But guess what? Great talent still exists. So if your problem is that you don't have it on your team and you aren't finding it, well, I got bad news for you. Somebody else is. And so you can either elevate your game or you can figure out systems to perhaps grow your own talent. So you can put in time or money to fix this, or maybe you figure out how to do better with lesser talent. Maybe you need to invest with our Joyful team in building out a killer hiring system. And you know what? Taking great entry-level talent, and actually one of my model inside my last business was taking entry-level dental talent and helping them to become exceptional in a very short period of time. We built systems and invested in systems to do precisely that. Entry level can be in any role, whether it's answering phones, whether it's chairside assisting, whether it's hygiene, whether it's doctors. That means any business, any place can manage on entry level talent. Just got to have a system to make them better. Question number two, let's make the assumption that you don't have those highly motivated, perfect fit employees inside your system. What do you do with them? Well, it is very, very simple. You either tolerate them or you get rid of them. Those are your only two options. Here's the challenge if you choose to tolerate them. If you tolerate poor performers that are not aligned with your vision, let's say it another way, people that are not the right people to be on your bus and that are not in the right seats inside this journey, right? If you tolerate them, you tolerate their problems. When you tolerate their problems, they create anger for you. They create less output for your customers. In other words, they decrease the value and the quality of the product you provide. And you know what? They make everybody else angry, right? Like, how often have our good team members been frustrated by our bad team members? Ask me how I know. A lot of times in the past, I lost great team members because the other people that weren't the right fit for our company were just killing them, making them work 3 times as hard. Here's the challenge though. Oh, great. So that sounds easy, Eric. Just get rid of them. If you get rid of them, you have a new challenge, right? You have a hole. We just talked in that first question about hiring systems. If you don't have a great hiring system and a great mechanism for replacing those people with right fit candidates, now you have a hole, and guess who bears the burden of the hole? Well, your product, right? Your customers clearly don't have enough people to go around. And in addition to that, your existing team members are spread thin. Well, there are no good options for this. It's only what you are willing to endure. Which path do you choose? That comes down to your vision. What type of company do you want to create? What sort of experience do you want to create? Your vision makes this decision. My vision inside my last company was a quality experience and a strong, healthy culture and team. Guess what that means? I couldn't tolerate crap. That's all there was to it. When people weren't aligned, they had to go because that was not a reflection of the company I was willing to accept. But you know what else that meant? Is I challenged my existing team members in this. That same question I would ask them. They're like, hey, this team member isn't a fit, needs to go immediately. I'm like, great. Do you understand that it's going to take us a while for us to find a new great fit? So we have 2 choices. You can tolerate that team member while I'm searching, or we can get rid of them and your team and your cohorts there can pick up the slack of that team member not being there. Which works best for you? Challenge your teams with that question. And you know what my teams chose? My teams chose to get rid of them. They were like, hey, this is cancer inside our team. It's hurting everybody. Let's let them go. Here's our strategy for how we're going to fill in that gap. Whew, that feels good. Side note, the real issue here is that most of us simply don't have a system for how we find great people and put them into place. In other words, we only go fishing when we're hungry. Think about that for a moment. If you only go fishing when your family's hungry, what do? You take the first fish you catch back, whether they're good or bad, right? You get this scrawny, ugly little fish that tastes like poo. You're taking it back to your family anyway because your kids are back there crying and hungry, right? What if instead of only going fishing when you're hungry, what if you always had a line out in the water? Because guess what? Good fish are out there. They're swimming by every single day. But if you don't have a line in the water and if it's not baited well, I can promise you, you will not catch those good fish. Have a line in the water at all times, reel in those great fish. And when you have great fish, then you can decide what to do with them. Even if it's a tag and release for another day and another time. Think about that. Create a great system. Have that system always operating and always in place. Because guess what? We cannot simply go fishing when we're hungry anymore. Thanks.